Hey guys, so I'm here with my updated skincare routine. A lot of you have been asking me for it and I figured I'd share it with you. I've been using a couple of things for quite a while now and I barely have any left, which is why I wanted to film it. But also I have, I think 2 or 3 new things that I've been adding to, the main, baseline, I should call it. My skin for the most part is, I'd say, normal combo oily. I get oily in my T-zone. I do have the occasional breakout. I think I'm actually breaking out right now, right here. I think that time of the month is coming, or it is coming, so that's why I have that going on there. But as a cleanser, and you can see that I've used quite a bit of it. I have probably this much left. I have to get another bottle. But this is the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser. It takes off all your makeup. It removes everything. It just cleanses well. It moisturizes. It's hydrating without being greasy or tacky or sticky. It's like a almost like a what do you call those? Like those cleansing balms, and you just massage it all over the face, and then I'll add water to it. I also mentioned in a previous video, I use this because you can take your eye makeup off with it as well. If it's waterproof, it's not going to come off completely, but it will break it down a little bit for you. I use like an oil-based cleanser to take off my mascara, but this conditions the crap out of my lashes. I don't know what it does to them or what ingredient is it that my lashes likes about it, but I have found that they curl a lot better. They hold the curl more, they're longer, they're fuller. And I have pretty full lashes as it is anyway, but I found that this has been helping, and I use this day and night. I absolutely love this cleanser. Another cleanser that I have is from Kate Somerville, and you can also tell that I have used about this much from the entire bottle, and this is the Exfoliate cleanser. Now I do own the Exfoliate, what is it, the manual exfoliator. It's like a treatment exfoliator kind of thing, and I use that if my skin is looking a little bit dull, which is why I didn't put it in this video because I think I mentioned it in my last skincare video. I still use that if I need to manually exfoliate and I don't feel like doing it with like a chemical exfoliant. But this has a little bit of grit to it, but it's not abrasive in any way, and it's not stripping, so my skin doesn't feel super tight when I use it. This I'll use if I'm having one of those like lackluster days where my skin, I just need to, I don't know, like when it just looks dull, I'll use this. Or if I'm having a breakout or some issues going on, blemishes, whatever, I tend to reach for this one as well. I was using this one prior to the Glossier one, but I'm really liking the Glossier one, especially because it's so cold over here and my face just needs warm moisture to it. Surprisingly, being oily, I still get oily throughout the day, but initially when I first cleanse, I need moisture. Now, done with cleansing, the only toner that I use religiously, because I have a ton of them and I have a ton of hydrating mists, but I always find myself coming back to this one. And I have this much left. I don't know if you can see in the bottle. Yeah, you can. This is her Nourish Hydrating Firming Mist, and I love the way it smells, the way it sprays. It's just a nice even spray. You don't get a squirt of water in your eye or anything like that, but it is moisturizing. I also use it throughout the day or right before I apply my moisturizer. It's just a good basic facial spray / toner. I don't find that it does anything other than just hydrating. I'm not sure about the firming properties. I don't have issues with that. I don't know if this is aiding that, so maybe that's why I don't see anything. But it's very hydrating. It's not oily. It doesn't have any greasy properties to it. It's just very refreshing and a good second step. Now for moisturizers, I have a couple of them. The one that I've used for a while now is the Murad Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture, and it comes in this big tub in this pot, and it's just a basic hydrating, like really creamy you know, moisturizer. It's super basic to me in my opinion, and it's definitely hydrating. I have added though this Dermalogica Super Rich Repair. They sent me this. It's a lot thicker, so you really need to work it in between your fingers before you put it on your face, and it's almost, sometimes it feels like you're pulling if you don't work it or make it emollient enough in your hands first, or melt it kind of with like the warmth of your fingers. You also have to be careful with the pump, because I feel like it dispenses way too much, and then once it settles onto the skin, it is super like this. If you have super oily skin, I don't think this will be the one for you. The reason why it's called, it is super rich. But I've been using this morning and night since I came back from my trip, and I find that it just makeup lays over it really nicely, and it just gives me that, like in my last video you guys were like, your skin's glowing, blah blah blah. Thanks to that, like I feel like that's just adding more moisture. And then what I use on top of it is the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. This is like my third tube. I've gone through this, yeah, this is my third tube, third or fourth? Third. But this is my makeup primer, but I also use this as, sometimes I'll put this on during the nighttime if I don't feel like going in with the super rich moisturizer, but I feel that if I use that overnight, it'll sink in a little bit better. So this I will add over top just for makeup so that it, you know, slips. It gives me a nice slip. Now, as for under the eye, I have been using this Algenist, I think that's how you pronounce the brand, eye cream, and it has a weird, almost spongy, jelly texture, consistency to it. It feels, I don't know, it just doesn't, it feels more of like a balm more than anything, but it's super hydrating. I was using the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Eye Cream, and that, I think it's too expensive for what it does. It's just like a basic hydrating eye cream. And it really didn't do anything for my eyes unless I was using it. Like throughout the day, I didn't find that my under eye area was more moisturized than it was, you know, in the morning when I put the cream on. So I didn't really notice too much of a difference. But this, it stays hydrated all day. My concealer lays really nice over top of it. And I think this is a sample size. I got this in a package or something like that. So I'm not sure what the full size looks like, but you only need a little bit. You don't need too much. And then lastly, for the lips, I have a ton of lip products, but I always come back to this in the end, and this is the Glossier Balm.com. I've spoken about this. It doesn't have a scent to it, and they do a coconut one if you would like something scented. I don't personally when I go to bed, but you can use it on your cuticles, you can use it on dry patches, eczema is really good for that, or if maybe when you put your makeup on and you have a dry patch or foundation starting to cling to that area, this is what I would use. I would pick just a little bit, because you don't need too much, because it almost feels like Vaseline, but a little bit harder. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about were sheet masks. And this one happens to be from Dr. Jart, and this is the Vital Hydra Solution. I spoke about this in my favorites quickly, but I have been obsessed with sheet masks and eye masks. I think they work really well. They do help. I did tell you about the one that I used by the brand called Wake. That one's a really good one, and that one's like almost like a jelly consistency. It's really weird to put on your face. It's so cold, but it's refreshing nonetheless, and it works. This one I've tried. It's very hydrating. I've also tried the water replenishment mask, and then I have a pore refining mask, which I haven't tried yet because I don't have too much breakouts going on right now, so I don't want to use it if I don't need it. I've been sticking to the hydrating ones, but definitely give it a try. It's something weird, but maybe if you give yourself 10 or 15 minutes throughout the day to just hang out and have a pamper session, you look scary as shit. I'm not gonna lie. But it does, you know, what it says on the package. So I've been trying a couple of these, skipping, because I was using the Glossier, I think it's the Moon Mask, the hydrating one, and I still love it, but I've been really into the sheet masks for some reason. They're really good. And that's pretty much it. I told you, super basic, super easy, and I find that the more you use it, I think your skin gets used to it, and you pretty much know what to expect. Like I said, I have normal to oily combo, so I'm just normal around this area. I get a little bit oily here, and these things work for me, and I don't mind a little bit of shine throughout the day. I will see you in the next one. Bye.